Hello everyone! Welcome back to It's Chloe, It's Me. For today's video, I have opened this website called Inspire First. Inspire First is a great website where you want to learn poems and journalism, especially those things. So, today we're going to learn how to write a diamante poem. Do you like to learn things quickly? Rather than take weeks to learn an intricate new hobby? Do you want a YouTube video to explain something? Or better yet, a diagram? If you want to learn how to write a poem quickly, then learn how to write a diamante. What is a diamante? A diamante is a relatively new form of poetry. It is originated in 1969 and was created by an American educator and poet Iris Tiet. However, like many classic poems, its name is Italian, and it means diamond. But why a diamond? A diamond because the poem's structure is intended to produce a diamond shape. The idea of poems being shapes or concrete forms is a much older idea. George Herbert, a 17th century English poet, has two poems called Easter Wings and Altar, each shaped to reflect their subjects. Another concrete example occurs in the midst of Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, when a small mouse gives his tail in a poem shaped like a tail. This is what a diamante looks like in basic form. So it basically is in the shape of a diamond, and you have to follow the order. So first you have the compound of the format of a noun, and then an adjective, another adjective, and then three verbs in the third row, then the noun, and then three verbs, and then back to adjective, and a noun. At its core, all you need is some creativity and a working knowledge of parts of a speech. See how the diamante is put together below. So as you can see, I told you 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's just like some patterns. So yeah, it's just the same. Go take a screenshot if you want to. Getting the picture now? Learning how to write a diamante is much easier than writing a sonnet, which is careful rules, or a sestina, with its complex length. All you need is a subject or some opposites and 16 words. Now you grasp the idea of a diamante. You can see all the possibilities. But before we continue, let's brush up on the three parts of the speech used in diamantes. There is a reason teachers like using these poems in the classroom. Diamantes are good grammar practice. A noun is like a person, a place, a thing, or idea. George Washington, palace, tiger, or freedom. How about adjective? An adjective modifies or describes a noun or a pronoun, like brave, golden, ferocious, and lasting. Last but not the least, a verb. A verb is an action. Spoke, glittered, snarled, rang. The variations on a diamond theme. There are two basic types of diamante: the synonym diamante and the antonym diamante. Each follows the same basic structure, but in composition there are some differences that we'll explain below, with examples. So what is a synonym diamante? The synonym diamante begins with a noun and ends with a synonym for that noun. Say you start with the word kitten, and you might end the word with a cat. Perhaps you start with snow, you could end with winter. Visualizing this yet? If not, let's take another look at the idea of the synonym diamante about cats. You start with a noun, kitten. Now you need some adjectives. That is easy for kittens. You come up with a couple, fluffy, cuddly. There are so many choices. Now for some verbs. What are some actions kittens or cats do? Jot them down. Back to nouns. More verbs and adjectives, and then the parting noun, matching your first one, and you have written a synonym diamante. It might look something like this. Kitten. Fluffy, small, stretching, playing, pouncing. Persians, tabbies, strays, chamois. Prowling, purring, napping. Sleek, assured, cat. So that is what it looks like when you put a synonym diamante. How about an antonym diamante? An antonym diamante looks like a synonym until you reach the middle nouns. There, one of two things happens. 1. The middle nouns straddle the gap and can be applied to either opposing idea. Or the first two nouns connect with the initial subject, and the second two nouns lead and introduce the opposite idea. So it's either the noun, the adjective, the verb, the noun, the verb, the adjective, and the noun. Or the noun, adjective, verb, adjective, noun. So just practically the same except with the color coding. So that means with different colors it has opposites. So you're just going to follow with the color. For example, suppose you decided to write an antonym diamante about England and America. You start with the word America or England, add some related words, and then you get to the middle of the diamante. What 4 nouns could describe both? Well, English. For one, since we both speak the language. Football. Even though our definitions are different, we do use the same word. Cities. You get the idea. All of these words relate. Or maybe you decide to go opposite, and so you throw in 2 nouns that are actually British or American. You could use words like wellies or rugby, Boston or baseball. Your diamante could look like this. England, mystery, historic. Reigning, ruling, taxing. King and colonies. Now the next one is Boston, tea, rebelling, fighting, one, young, patriotic, and USA. So under England, it's only until the colonies. And for USA, it's until the fighting. The Boston. I'm sorry. So putting it all together, do you notice how some of the words in the examples sparked memories? A diamante can showcase the power of association, hearing one word but thinking of an idea or event. The beauty of a diamante is that it could be simple, ironic, subtle, or bold. The options for your own voice are extensive, so there are some general guidelines as you get started writing your own diamante. Number 1, brainstorm. What do you want your diamante to be about? Write down possible words. Look at your list. Do you have 2 words that connect or 2 words that are nice opposites? Take your pick. Synonyms or antonyms? Which kind of diamante do you want to write? Start writing. And this is where the poem begins. So if you are a starter or a beginner, here are some tips of diamante poetry starters. Not sure where to begin even brainstorming? Now that you know how to write a diamante, you can compose one about a place or places you love, another literary or cultural work. Favorite TV show? Anyone? Food? Why are there not more poems in praise of a coffee? An animal or pet, something in nature, an abstract idea like patience, liberty, freedom, quarantine. Like now. 2 of your favorite things that other people might not connect, for example, pizza and orange juice. As we're back to food. A friend or a family member. So, as you get to this, there's a lot more tips, hints, and a free idea. As you write your diamante, pay attention to word length. If you're writing a synonym diamante and you find your diamond off-balanced, try swapping words around. Use a dictionary to look up words and find synonyms or antonyms. Merriam-Webster Online is an excellent resource. Oh yes, that's where I research all my schoolwork, especially English. That's where I always, download the Merriam-Webster now and you can search for it offline. Once you've written your diamante, revised it, and are happy with the end result, get creative. Make your own diamante graphic using Canva. Canva is great for thumbnails for YouTube, but I don't exactly use some thumbnails, so basically yes. Find the perfect background or image from Unsplash or Pixabay. For example, the sample diamante, poetry, beautiful, bewildering, written, composed, spoken, sonnets, sestinas, epitaphs, odes, scribbled, sung, inscribed, lovely, lasting verse. So you could also use the graphic app called Canva. I don't know if it is used for Android, but basically this one is Android and I don't have Canva. So I have found Canva before, so make sure you can install it. So, double hint. You carefully spaced diamante will probably not copy and paste within documents. Even more reason to make a graphic to showcase your poem. And last but not least, our sum. You're going to sum it all up. Now you know how to write a diamante, you can write with confidence. You have the tools, the structure and types. Have fun, be creative, and be ready to share your poetry with a friend or teach them how themselves. They can write the simple but satisfying poetic form. Thank you so much for watching. Oh my god, it's been already 11 minutes. I hope you liked my video, and I'm really sorry for not returning for a long time. I have a lot of university grad modules and I really have to complete them. Yes, I'm in medical school, so basically, yes. So, thank you so much for watching and I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something new.